Joining us via Zoom to discuss the rate of rise in insecurity in the country, security expert Mohammed Ali. Hello, good evening, and thank you for joining us on News Hour tonight.
Good evening, and thank you for having me.
I'm very sure that you're aware of what's happening in the country. Just now, we're talking about Plateau. Earlier in the week or late last week was Benue. What exactly could we say is the cause of this rise in insecurity taking place in the country and other parts too?
Well, recalibrating the preparedness and response of our security forces to the recurring acts of insecurity across the nation remains very critical in any attempt aimed at diminishing and bringing to an end the rising acts of violent attacks, kidnapping, banditry, and the economy of violence across states and communities, particularly in the northwest, northeast, and north central regions of the country. Government needs to do something, and quickly too, because the bandits of the rainy season to start taxing communities, because as we speak today, communities in Zamfara State under Shinkafi local government, Malawa Mauriki and Kayawa Mauriki have already been taxed to pay 12 and 10 million naira respectively before they can access their farms. And these are things will not be tolerated. Government has to do something. We've been talking for too long. I believe it is time for us to start taking some actions in order to assist the cause of our local communities to be able to access their farms freely without fear or hindrance.
Okay. All right, so we see that some parts of the country have a consistent or constant rise of insecurity, mostly in the north central region. That's where Benue and Plateau. What could we say are the actual root causes of these particular issues? Because it's like it's happening every time. You can see space in some other part, but every time something's always taking place in Benue or Plateau. What are
the attacks? The attacks in Benue and Plateau State are partly as a result of cross-border acts of banditry and laced with certain religious and tribal sentiments. Because like the recent attack in Plateau State, you can see it is innocent travelers that were coming from Kaduna State, traveling for a wedding in Mongo local government, and they got waylaid, attacked, and in the process, 8 innocent passengers lost their lives. These are things should not be tolerated. People should be free to move about their normal businesses without any fear or hindrance. And this is why the security agencies need to be properly equipped and funded so that they will live up to expectation. Because most of the time, when these things happen, some of the security agencies, they could be on duty or at hand to assist, but they are immobile. Their vehicles have either no fuel or have no battery or no functional tire to move. So these are some of the problems. And if we can sit back and address some of the challenges beyond expectation.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. Ali, you're talking about funding of security, increasing their funding, but somehow in our budget, the defense takes a very large chunk of that. How is it that these monies are not translating into getting these vehicles or apparatuses needed for these people to do their jobs properly and protect lives and properties of Nigerians?
This is why the president needs to quiz the 2 ministers of defense, because they have to tell Nigerians what is happening to the allocation given to them day in, day out. They support most of the time the airing of fake news on the social media, each time claiming 50 or 100 bandits or insurgents have been killed, but you will not see a single corpse. And human corpse is not that of a fly. Even if it is 2 people that are killed, at least we should be able to see the sign of that. So this is something that needs to be done. And on the other side, the Police Service Commission need to also be quizzed. They need to tell us what is happening to the millions being budgeted for police operations year in, year out. Yet the police will be complaining of lack of vehicles, lack of equipment, and lack of mobility.
Okay.
So the president needs to question the ministers and the Police Service Commission.
Okay. So Mr. Ali, some people have the notion that some of this rise in insecurity is political, as the elections are coming. Do you share that perspective with them?
Certainly, yes. There are political so most of the problems we're having, particularly in Zamfara and Sokoto states, because just day before yesterday, Zamfara, Sokoto, and Katsina states, day before yesterday, nine women were abducted in Runka village under Safana local government. And by the time you look deep down, you discover that certain members of either the Senate or the National or the House of Reps are the ones that are sponsoring and bringing in vigilante from Borno State to come and operate in Katsina, Zamfara, or Sokoto State. This should not be allowed. This must not be allowed. It is not the work of a senator, a sitting senator, or a member of the House of Reps to bring in what I may regard as intruders from other states to come and do his bidding in his own state. Okay, this should not be tolerated.
Mr. Ali, we don't have proof to back this up, so we're just going to maybe not stick to that.
I can even give you names, but because of the import of this issue, we are discussing national security, I have to circumscribe my responses. But even the names of the senators involved, I have them.
Okay, let's just move on the way to the way forward.
The way forward is we have to sit up, the ministers of defense have to sit up and do the right thing. If they cannot, they should resign to leave others to come in who will really do what is required. We've been talking too long. This is 14 years. We've been facing banditry, kidnapping, and the economy of violence. Nothing seems to be improving. We need to move forward. We have better hands that can handle the job properly.
All right. Thank you so much, Mohammed Ali, for your insights and your takes on the security situation in the country.
Thank you for having me.